Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading a multi-character listener by me. So let's get into it. Muichiro. Muichiro knew it was normal for you to have nightmares, especially with demons chasing him and wanting him dead, and was what your life was like. He didn't blame you. If anything, it almost made him feel guilty for it. It actually did, but he never tried to mention it or linger on his thoughts too much. But being woken up with a scream, it was something uncommon and very worrying. He had sat up and found you breathing deeply, trying to calm down, and he held your hand, gentle and slow in his movements as not to startle you. You're okay, Wayan. You'll be okay, he mumbled softly, trying to calm you down, and he nodded, taking shaky deep breaths and trying to calm down. I'm scared, Michiro. I know you are, and that's okay. I've got you, he said, wrapping his arms around you tightly. And then you'll let yourself be wrapped up in his warmth, closing your eyes and melting against him. You loved him. Michiro made you feel safe and protected. As you leaned against him, your head against his chest, and you let the sound of his heartbeat lull you back into that feeling of safety. Tomorrow he would ask what was the reason for those nightmares, if you saw anything, if there was anything you could do. But for now, all you needed was to be held, and he could do that. For you, he would give you the world. Tengen. Tengen was worried sick when he heard a scream coming through your room. He was still outside, still awake, and he had immediately gone in, looking at you and seeing if there was anything around, but he didn't sense anything. And that's when he had quickly settled on the fact that it was a nightmare, judging by the haunted look on your face. He sat down beside you, looking at you in worry and concern. Are you alright, Wayan? He shrugged, trying not to cry, and he wrapped his arms around you, stroking your back. You'll be fine. Come on, I got you. You nodded, crying softly. I just want to be okay. That's all. I keep dreaming of those demons. The demons that ambushed us one day, and I'm so scared, Tengen. You tell him, and his heart aches and hurts because he blames himself for this. He holds you, kissing your hair. I'll keep you safe. I've kept you safe since then, didn't I? And you trust me, don't you? And you trusted him more than anyone or anything in this world. You believed him and believed in him. He nodded, and he kept holding you, stroking your back and trying to talk to you, reassuring you that you'll be okay. Everything will be just fine. You don't have to worry about a thing. Not as long as he's breathing and alive, because he will protect you until his very last breath. Sanemi. Sanemi may be angry usually, and perhaps you could have made a fuss about being woken up late at night, with you disrupting the sleep that he needed so badly. But more than anything, he was worried and scared. Scared for you, for what you were going through. There was an encounter with some demons a couple days ago, and ever since then, you have not been the same. Moyan, look at me, darling. You were crying, refusing to do so. But then, ever so gently, he cupped your face in his hands and turned towards him, looking into your eyes. You're scared, and I understand that. But you don't have to be. There's no reason for you to be so scared anymore. I'll keep you safe. I've kept you safe. You've got to trust me, Ryan. And you did. You trusted him more than anything. But right now, you felt like you were ruined. So as you cried, he held you, stroking your back. And as for what happened next, he just made sure that you were always with someone. And he came home early to make sure you'd be able to sleep and feel safe. And as for those demons, any demon he saw, he made their death slow and cruel for the rest of the day. He was angry beyond anything, and he was going to take his revenge one way or another. Rengoku. Rengoku had had a feeling that you were having a nightmare, and he had tried to wake you up, seeing as your breathing was labored, and you were just mumbling in your sleep. But instead of you being able to wake up by his touch, you were startled awake, and you woke up screaming. He looked freaked out for a moment, before he raised his hands up to calm you down. You're okay. I'm here, Ryan. It's me. Look at me. And slowly, you look up at him, and though your eyes look shadowed enough, like there is something wrong, you try to focus in on him, make sense of what's going on. And when he opens his arms, you go right into them, just where you belong. And you are quiet for a couple moments, but soon, you let it all out, tears and sobs. Then he holds you gently in his arms, telling you over and over that it will be alright. You'll be fine. No one will hurt you now. You're okay. You're okay, Wayan. I've got you, he said, stroking your hair gently. He knew what happened in the past, what you've seen. It would never go away from your mind. But for now, he could do what he can. He'll make you feel safe again. No matter what your mind tricked you of, and no matter how scared you were, he'd be there, protecting you every second of his life, to make sure you're happy and you feel safe as you should. He kissed your cheek then, and for the rest of the night, you stayed up in his arms while he held you, and read you a book in a soothing voice. And soon, all the worries and thoughts of that nightmare were completely gone from your mind.